Lucas Smith, welcome back to the Partially Cooked podcast.
Great to be back.
You are back. If you're not familiar with our podcast, what we do every single month is we interview comedians from all around, and then once a month we do a live roast battle starring those comedians.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You ought to come check it out. And this month, we're actually partnering with Arkansas Children's Hospital and doing a toy drive. So anybody that comes out and brings a new unopened toy to our toy drive, you get half off your ticket into the show, get to see some great comedy, get to support kids with cancer. Like, what could be more fun?
I can't think of anything.
So if you have any like unopened dildos or like butt plugs,
Kids love those.
or anal beads, any toy, we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Scoundrels does not condone giving sex toys to children. It's just my legal team wanted me to point that out.
That's important.
Yeah.
And this month we'll be at the Joint Comedy Theater.
Yeah,
in North
moving
Little Rock.
all the way to Argenta, downtown North Little Rock, dude. I'm so excited.
There should be a different name for that.
For Argenta?
No, for sex toys.
Oh.
They shouldn't be called. They shouldn't be called toys. We need a different word
I think
because
I
it's
agree with
ambiguous.
you.
Yeah, like
I think
But
I
it is
agree.
playtime.
sex trinket, a sex item, not a toy.
It is a toy. You play with
It's a
it.
utensil.
You know you don't play. You wouldn't. You never like take a butt plug.
You don't know how I fuck. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Don't yuck his yum.
Here comes the airplane.
And here I come. I got a 9/11 fetish. I love
Wow,
this podcast.
2 minutes in already 9/11.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Yeah, I don't think Arkansas Children's Hospital is going to post this, but we are going to help support them.
Yep.
Yes. So bring a
Help
toy,
us.
get half off. Bring 2 toys, you'll get
The same.
double half off. We'll just keep having it.
Yeah, eventually you'll just owe us a nickel.
Right.
If you're Santa Claus, bring all your toys and we'll just let you get in for a nickel.
That's
Yeah.
that's brilliant. But Lucas, you're back. How you been, man?
I've been great.
You've been doing these writing sessions, comics from all over, not just Arkansas.
I have.
but
I'm up to 215 sessions
how many regular
with,
clients do you do?
with well over 50% of my client base has returned.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yep.
But how many do you do?
Like I said, 215 sessions with
You answered that
60
like a politician, by the way. He was like, how many clients do you see? He's like, well, 50% have come back.
Well, I said like 250, like 63 clients so far. So
Nice, man.
yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you, man.
So that's
dope.
you can probably say like regular 30 customers.
Yeah,
Like if half of them come back.
pretty
and-
consistent. And I've had a lot of people that I for sure was like, well, that was a one and done.
Right.
That have come back because sometimes it's weird because like comics, we love being like, sometimes you just want your stuff to be heard, like not even like critiqued or punched up, just like I need to tell this to someone so I can hear how I'm gonna say it to people.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And you can either pay Lucas $25 to do that or just become his friend and call him and harass him incessantly like I do.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That's my go-to method. How do you tell when you're in those writing sessions if you're doing it and you feel like this comic's not coming back? Like, what gives you that feeling? Like, is it just because they didn't get anything out of it, or you didn't reach any punchlines, or like what's
Are they argumentative?
what's driving that?
Yeah, anytime they'll like push back against a tag or like feedback,
Right.
They're like, well, I kind of like it like this. Well, yeah, but like you're paying me to change it. So
There's a reason why nobody's laughing at it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
So, like, you paid me money, so I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're like a little hesitant to accept any kind of critique, then I know that's probably like a one and done. Or people just like can't afford it.
Right.
Because, and I totally get that. Like, I am not a necessary expenditure.
Right.
So
But I still
when people do reach out, it means the world.
Yeah.
Especially, I have chosen the worst customer base.
Yeah, stand-up comics.
It's
Yeah.
struggling stand-up comics.
Yeah. Well, like when I've written with you before, like we'll toss ideas around and you'll push one way, and oftentimes I'll push back because I'll completely disagree with you on a specific way
Yeah.
to set something up or something.
Most of
But-
our disagreements come down to style.
yeah, but also like I still
Not
even
actually structure.
even if you like say, hey, have you tried this avenue? And I'm like, that avenue, I don't like that. I don't want to go down that road. even though like I've gotten that, I still get a lot out of writing with you.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
even if I do disagree with you and push back, but that's just my own creative voice taking it my own way.
Well, totally. Usually, like when we'll write together, and you won't like a certain angle, but that is showing you like, oh, there are other ways to attack this.
Right. And it's like, oh, that
Because
was a way I didn't think of it.
Yeah, and like you've been like so locked into the way like you had it, and like, oh, what about this or this or this, and then you're like, oh yeah, like there are other doors. The way I've been talking about it is like people will come to me with the one joke or one premise, and they don't think about they're in one room, but usually there's like at least 6 other doors that are attached to that one room that you can branch off to and go to this room, and in that room there's like 3 doors, and then you can just keep opening.
It's fractal.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're, because everything can be related to everything else. Like if you just take like one detail and stretch it just a little, just far enough to get to the next point. That's why a lot of comics struggle with like segues and what I call like connective tissue. They don't know how to get from one bit to the next because they're so locked into the way they were doing it and can't see any other like perspective. But yeah,
You definitely get your money's worth on these sessions. I will say that. It's definitely worth, and if you are serious about stand-up at all, like, give it a shot.
to unlock this portion of the podcast, you will have to Vend me $8.
Vend me.
Yeah, I love how you took the mo out of that.
Vend me. That's great.
Oh, did I not say Venmo me?
No.
Oh, okay.
You said Vend me.
Yeah, we'll get you a part of our Patreon, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Patreon.
Patreon. Stop it. Stop.
So what else are you doing right now? You said that, like, is that your full income right now, that and doing gigs?
Yeah, that's really all. I'll do like, like just odd jobs if like you need like.
I feel like any job you do would be pretty odd. Just knowing you so well.
Yeah. But yeah.
Like random yard work
Yeah,
and things
exactly.
like that. Yeah,
Just
I got
like stuff to make ends meet. Recently, because I know my girlfriend's dad's not going to listen to this, he wanted us to make a garland. He was going to give us $500 to make a garland from scratch. So Lauren found one on, just name drop my girlfriend. That's her name, Lauren. She found one on Facebook Marketplace for $100. So we just got the garland
And kept the 400.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep the 400.
Hustling.
Hell yeah, her dad.
Word carry many meanings.
Hustle that dad.
Hell yeah.
It was handmade.
I do the same thing to you, Mom and Dad. I know you don't listen to this, so
Yeah.
it's all good. I would do the same thing. Get him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's paying you for like, I want to acquire this item. This is what I'm willing to do. This is what I'm willing to pay to acquire this item. Go
Yeah.
acquire this for me.
Well, he gave us $350 for supplies, and then we're getting an additional $500 on top of it for the garland.
And you're just buying one for $100.
Yeah.
All right. I got a real important question, just in case there's anybody out there that doesn't know, because I clearly do, because I'm a very intelligent human being. What's a garland?
Oh, Christmas shit.
It's like that Christmas decoration, like that green spiky vine.
Or red.
It's usually, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. It looks like if you unwrapped a Christmas tree.
Oh, okay.
Like the stuff around
we
it.
use that. Okay, cool. I
Yeah,
just didn't
yeah.
know it was called a garland.
Yep, it's called the garland.
Yeah.
I call it Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Jeff Garland.
Jeff Garland.
Dope. So stealing money from your father-in-law or future father-in-law, potential father-in-law,
Fingers crossed.
writing comedy.
Yep.
And you're from Franklin, right?
I am from Franklin, Arkansas.
And how old are you?
I'm 27.
Sweet. You've been on the podcast several times, and here lately we've been trying to ask these questions of different comics. And I don't remember what we've asked you and what we haven't asked you. So if we cover something we've covered before, feel free to just mention that because I may have forgotten.
Oh, I'm the king of I've heard this before.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
God, man, we went. Lucas and I and Alexi did a show up in Fayetteville.
I almost slipped into Trump there.
It was. I didn't mean to.
Dude, it's getting closer and closer to just your real voice.
Oh God. Oh no.
You got to incorporate that dance in with it that's taking over the internet right now. Yeah.
We were opening for this guy in Springdale or something, and this guy got on stage.
Fuck that guy.
3 minutes in,
Yeah.
and Lucas is like, got the steam coming out of his ears. He's got his phone. He's like, this motherfucker. He's like, every joke, every single joke was on Reddit. One-liners.
Every single joke.
He didn't have a single original thought.
Not one that I heard.
No, it was
like it was literally like he just cracked open a joke book and started his set.
Which, to be fair, if you buy the joke book, the
Those
jokes
are your jokes.
legally yours.
Yeah, those are legally your jokes
You can
now.
use them wherever you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you any less of a fucking hack. But
Yeah.
in a court of law.
It's like if you buy an album and it has the lyrics inside of the song, those songs are yours now.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like they used to sell albums like they would have like
Yeah, I know, but they're
Yeah.
yours. I mean, I don't think you could like go buy a Kiss album and then go sing Rock City and be like, no, this is mine.
obviously I was fucking playing off of what he said.
Okay.
No, but you can really, if you buy a joke book,
I was riffing.
I
buy a joke
thought you were being
legally.
serious. That's my fault.
No.
that is 100% real. If you buy a joke book, like you can use those. They're your property.
Yeah, but if you did come do
Not
them
like a 101 like elephant jokes or what a specific book because I actually did have that. I had that as a kid and I love that book.
101 elephant jokes.
Yeah, 101 elephant, and they were all like anti-joke. It was my first time being exposed to anti-jokes.
What do you mean by anti-joke?
Jokes that like the punchlines aren't punchlines.
Like why?
Yeah,
Like why didn't the T-Rex cross the road? 'Cause
yeah,
it's dead.
Yeah,
Like an anti.
Okay,
Kind of like.
gotcha.
but
anti-humor.
even more anti than that.
Oh wow.
Like
Do you remember any of them?
like just like if the punchlines were just factual statements like why can't the elephant wear shoes because elephants have very large feet and you cannot put a sneaker around them. I was just reading these elephant jokes pissing myself like, oh, this is what comedy can be.
How old were you when you got this book?
15.
That tracks.
Yeah.
So in between fucking
Because it
cucumbers.
challenges every like I expected like where does a elephant keep his stuff like in his trunk or like shit like that, but
Yeah.
it was just so like dumb. Like why can't elephants climb trees? Because trees are quite porous and the elephant would break the tree.
Wow. I hate.
So I feel like in that situation when you've got somebody that's bringing up those like really hacky jokes, like they clearly just read something off of Reddit or
Yeah.
something. Like if it's somebody coming into your open mic scene, like I feel like you have some responsibility to call them out and be
Right.
like, hey, like be better.
Right.
Like
But in this situation,
this guy's been getting paid to headline, and
Right.
so you got to look at the booker and be like, when were you hit in the head? Like,
yeah.
how
The thing is, there was a
special are
shadow
you?
of death surrounding this headliner. He will die soon if he's not dead already.
Yeah,
I
for
maintain that dude.
He's one of the
was-
least healthy people I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
He
Really?
slept through most of the show, and then like they just like roused him awake. Like he just got up there,
And then he went up-
and he had no charisma at all.
Oh, you mean the joke hack? The joke book stealing
Well,
hack
like
that
at
had
least,
no charisma?
dude. Hacks
At
are
least, like-
typically have some kind of like style.
Exactly. At least Carlos
Because-
Mencia could perform.
Yeah, like he can sell someone else's joke. This is the way this guy would literally do every joke.
Oh, dude. Remember he'd like lean.
Yeah,
and then-
he would lean like he would like reset after every one. It was so weird. It was. It's like I wondered why the frisbee was getting bigger, and then it hit me.
and then he'd step back and like kind of adjust. and then
Dude,
go back.
for 45
minutes.
minutes.
And the second show, his belt was undone and just hanging. His belt was just hanging off, and his pants were falling.
I'm guessing he's a big fat guy.
He wasn't super fat. He was just old and everything was hanging.
Yeah. He's just a droopy looking dude.
Super droopy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't talk like this. Boy, oh boy.
I would have preferred that. We
That
just
would've
did
been
like
hilarious.
a droopy dog impression for 45 minutes.
I wondered why the frisbee was getting bigger. And then it hit me.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, so like, did you talk to the booker about it?
No. Of course I didn't. Because I'm trying to get booked again. I do not have it right now in a way that I can just like raise hell anytime I want.
Not that that's something worth raising hell, because I mean the crowd's gonna clearly tell what this is.
No,
and
they loved him.
They loved him?
He got a standing ovation.
No, they did not.
He
got a the
second
first
show.
he got a standing O.
Was it the second show?
First or second? One of the two shows. It was one of them.
I remember people coming up after at least one of the shows and being like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like they were like,
Really?
Wow, that was They were like, "Thank you," and the other guys like, "Y'all were funny
For actually doing the job.
Whoa, the other that was like, "Wow, wow."
Yeah, dude.
Man.
So yeah,
Like
happens.
I'm surprised that he wasn't wearing like a hospital bracelet.
So maybe this was just somebody's grandpa that was about to die, and they were like, "Let's throw him a bottle."
No, dude's been doing it for like 20 years.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
Yeah, and I think he was on Last Comic Standing.
Really? What's his name?
I don't remember. It's like Mike.
Lucas does. He's just
Mike's-
deciding whether he wants to sell it or say it or
Mick?
not.
I honestly don't remember. his
Oh, I
name.
thought you did.
It was like Mick something.
No, I thought no. I don't know it. I thought I had it for a second, but no, I can see his face. He looks like someone. This reference lost on you guys, but like it looks like someone like tried to blow up Eric Lake.
Okay.
He looks like Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad. Mike from Breaking Bad.
It's been a long time since I've seen Breaking Bad.
Shut up, Walter. Do what I say, Walter. But like if he had a steady diet of McChickens
Okay.
and only McChickens.
Yeah, like someone took the little pump from Dig Dug and just went not all the way, didn't blow him up. Just like let him walk around just like half like
Bloated.
inflated. Yeah,
He reminded me of like if Robert Kelly was left out in the sun too long.
yeah.
Okay.
Like a fat dude.
Throbert Kelly.
Robert Kelly.
But y'all had a good time. This was a fun show.
This was a fun show. Yeah,
Great
yeah.
show. Great show. Last night of a 3-night run, it was fun. Mm-hmm. Great spot.
It's been dude. I've had a fucking great year.
Tell me about it.
I mean, I was looking back through my pictures just from this year, and then like so many show flyers, like more show than I've done.
You should make a montage
all
of
my
all
career.
of them and share it on Facebook. And be like, what a fucking year! And,
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do that.
I'd love to see that.
And like just the whole like I haven't had one dry month. Like I've gotten booked on something every month, and like I haven't been able to say that
multiple times a month.
Yeah,
right?
sometimes multiple times a month, but at least one show every month, and that's awesome. Because I'm full-time comedy. Like this is all I'm doing, and I haven't had a job for over a year now. Like a legit like paycheck job. The only thing I've been doing is the writing sessions, which I just started in March. I do the announcements at the Looney Bin, and just gigs, and I've been able to pay bills.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
And it's well deserved because you're one of the best you're known as one of the best writers in the state. And so it's like well earned that you get those accolades and you get the writing work because like you are worth it.
Yeah. You
Thank
show
you, man.
up. It's not just pillow talk. You actually perform well. And yeah.
And keep it fresh and work new shit. Like anytime you're going up, especially at the mics, I'm excited to see it because I can't wait to see what new bit you're working.
Thanks, man.
You make me very jealous, and that's when I know someone's very
Good.
Like,
yeah.
I get
If I can piss off a comic.
yeah, that's it, dude.
it's
I'm
like,
very easy to
fuck
piss
you
off.
for that bit.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
That feels good.
After the comedy competition, I just wouldn't. I was like, I think you did okay. You could have done better. Like, like, you could have. I mean, I've seen you do better, but yeah, no. I didn't, like everyone's always like fucking kissing your ass. It'd be nice. And I never mean it when I say it, but it's always just.
I know there was kind of like some bullshit around it, but like, can I talk about Big Diamond Comedy Festival?
Yeah.
Because that was a life-changing and also life-affirming experience.
We got no
like,
bullshit about Big Diamond. We're fans. That was fun.
okay.
Yeah, I had a fun set.
Good, nice.
Yeah, we had a blast.
Well, just like some of the way that like the leading up to it, and like who was on the show, because I mean there was
Yeah, it was confusing that it is a Arkansas comedy festival and there was only one Arkansas comic, but he did have like a showcase. Everybody was on the poster.
for sure, and
so,
I do
like,
agree with that. I think there should have been more Arkansas comics,
Right.
but I'm pretty pumped that I was the only one. Like that's really cool.
And it's also like a chance for all these other people from around the world to see how badass Arkansas is.
Yeah, dude. Like
to really see
to have comics from all over the country and like some places like there's this French dude on it. Zach Mama. That's him. And he was, all just like convening in Bentonville and having a fucking great time. Like no one had anything bad to say. Like we partied after the shows, and Sam Talent did this really cool like hybrid of comedy and wrestling show. Like some comics would go out, you know, do like 10 minutes each, and then like wrestlers would come on, and it was I'd never seen live wrestling before.
Oh yeah,
it's the craziest shit.
It's fucking great. It's fun. Real.
Yeah, and like I thought fully, oh, they're gonna stay in the ring. No, they ended up like at every point in the theater, they were thrown out of the ring, like into the chairs, and like it was a whole spectacle. It was fucking amazing.
Badass. I love that.
Yeah.
Sam
Talent, and that was at the festival.
That was at
part of
the festival. Yeah. And Sam Talent the whole time was like just doing like running commentary, and like being so fun. I can't remember like specific things because he's so quick. Have you gotten into Sam Talent stuff?
Yeah, he's great.
So good. His special, the Toad's Morale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you listened to it or watched it?
No, I don't think so.
Been a minute.
I just sat down to watch it. I'm not finished with it.
Have you read his book? Running the Light?
I haven't.
It's on. I recommend audiobook because it's read by Bert Kreischer and Mark Maron and Roseanne Barr, fucking Doug Stanhope.
Yeah.
That's like a whole star-studded cast of they each take turns reading different chapters.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
It's fucking badass.
That's fucking awesome.
And like I really like. I'm not a huge fan of Bert Kreischer. Like he's just everywhere, and he's just like, I get it. You take your shirt off, you know, but like seeing him, how you could hear in his voice how excited he was to read that book.
Yeah.
And like he starts out kind of jumpy, but then he gets into it. And man, he's a great narrator. Yeah, like it was so good. And then like
Bert can tell a story.
Right. Yeah. If anything, we know his joke. Like he can tell a story. Like, but man, it's good. And man, it's if you've done any kind of road work as a comic, even like.
That was one of sorry to cut you off. That was one of Nikki Glazer's roasts
jokes, yeah.
On the
Tom Brady.
Yeah, the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah.
It was like Bert Kreischer, I'm such a fan of your joke.
So good. Nikki Glazer's been doing these like after the game roasts. Have you watched?
Yes, on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, and
she'll come on after Thursday Night Football and just like roast at like the commentators
for like 5
stuff.
minutes.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's so fucking
cool.
funny. It's so good too.
I love
and
that.
it's like football jokes and like it's great.
It's
man.
it's all like
sweet,
so fresh, and she's just like hit after hit after hit. It's so good. She's become prolific. Like
oh yeah.
I'll definitely check out Running the Light.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Yeah,
I will too.
It's like
I mean, I've heard about it. I knew about the book, and when I met Sam Talent, I did lie and say that I'd read it.
Oh, you piece of shit! Oh, you're such a bitch.
I know, dude.
Oh, fuck you!
I wanted a reason to talk to him.
Oh, that's dirty.
Sam, I know you'll never hear this, but like, I'm sorry. I'm such a fan, and like, you were such a cool dude. He was so nice to me.
This.
Yeah, I'm tagging him.
God damn it.
Man.
But yeah, because he was like super supportive. Like he, when I opened for Cam Patterson in the theater, he and Raj Suresh opened. They went on and did 10 minutes and then brought me up. Sam Talent brought me up.
It's bad.
That's cool.
Which is fucking what?
That's cool.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's been life affirming because comics I've looked up to and admired for years, I got to hang out with and do karaoke, and they all said I was funny and talented.
Did anyone
and I was
tell
like,
you?
okay, I should be doing this.
You also said it was life changing. So
What's different now?
Yeah, what do you think now is different about your life than before you went to the
You're no
festival?
longer bi.
No one can tell me that I'm bad at this. Before I did that comedy festival, you could probably convince me like if you were to really like try to hurt my feelings about stand up, you could, and now you can't.
Nice.
Yeah.
Proud of you, dude.
Now
Thanks.
I know I can really rip into you after shows.
Oh, please
it's not
do.
gonna
Yeah.
fucking-
I love it
Because you can totally still be bad at this. I've seen it happen. When you go on stage, you're like, please be quiet, please be quiet, please be quiet, please be quiet.
That was me breaking a little.
Yeah. That is and this is a roast show, so this is something the other comics can kind of pick on you for. But as good of a comic as you are, and as good of a writer as you are, and as good of a performer as you are,
I'm a bad person.
no, I mean, yes, but that's not what I'm talking about. I feel like, and as your friend, like from the outside looking in, the weakest chain in your armor is anytime there's a heckler or a disturbance or something that's not going the way it's supposed to go, you lose your shit. And that, like,
I have gotten much better.
You have, and you've been working on it,
and I have, like, I've actively been working on it. But yeah, you're not wrong. That's definitely
like
something
that's and it's as a comic sitting in the back, it's always hilarious unless I'm producing the show, because then I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
all the stories of like early Larry David flipping out on people for talking during his shows has really gotten me through a lot of meltdowns.
Yeah.
Like, some of the greatest ever to do this have fucking been unprofessional assholes.
Right. But Larry David is not known for his stand-up.
Yeah, you're right.
I will tell you that. I will, like, Bill Hicks, though, with hecklers.
Oh, for sure.
That's always one of the best.
I'm a fucking poet.
I do see myself and you in that a lot. Like, I used to be really, really upset at hecklers.
I still get really, really upset at hecklers. I just try not to let it come out.
I actually, weirdly, today, I just had like a little like powwow with myself. Like, okay, you know that you're good at stand-up. You've been doing this long enough and have cared about this long enough that you've gotten good at the craft, the structure. So now the goal should not be when you go out there to have a good set. The goal should be to have fun, because you're going to make them laugh. That's not going to be a problem. It's enjoying making them laugh.
That's big. That's really big.
Yeah.
Because, and also you've proven to yourself that you're good at this. And so every set, because when you first start, you're like, every time you go up, you're not only trying to prove it to the crowd and to the other comics, you're trying to prove it to yourself.
Yeah.
You're trying to be like, no, I
And you kind of
deserve
hang your
this.
hat on every performance.
Right. And if it goes bad, you're like, fuck. And I mean, when it goes bad, we're still like that. But
Yeah, but
if the goal is to have fun, like, and you're having fun up there, you can roll with those punches, and things can happen in the room, and you can just play with it and get back into your jokes or go off on a tangent, and it's not the end of the world, because like you have that confidence. It's like, no, like I've made too many people laugh for y'all to tell me I ain't funny.
And that kind of energy will radiate out into the crowd. Like, oh, he's having a good time. Like, I'm just an asshole if I like try to fight against it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it does feel like comedy crowds show up to shows like, you know what? No. Like, we've all unanimously decided we're not going to have a good time.
Well, also, I think a lot of that is they show up with high expectations at the start, and especially, I know you're talking about in reference to a joint, like some of the joint crowds that we get on Tuesdays.
Some joint crowd. I'm just like, in general, some audiences just feel like ahead of time they've ruined it for themselves.
Well, especially in those situations like at the joint where you have high expectations coming in, and then you have open micers and you have miss. They lose faith. They're like, oh, this has all been shit, so the rest of it must be shit.
Yeah.
And now they're like,
guilty by association.
Right, and now they're mad they wasted their time there because they feel rude if they get up and leave, some of them, and some of them do get up and leave.
Yeah.
But like, now they're...
I want to tell you guys, if you are not enjoying a comedy show, you can leave.
Have a good night.
You can absolutely. We will not be hurt in the slightest because
I'll be hurt a little bit.
I would prefer you leave than stay and disrupt the show for people who may be enjoying it.
Right. If you're just going to sit there and be quiet, though, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
yeah,
fine.
because especially at a show like that where you have 20 comics, like just because the first 6 sucked, they're probably stacking their best comics for the back end of the show.
That's usually how open mics go.
Right.
That's what Brett, Brett always says, like, if you don't like a comic, just go get a drink, go to the patio, go smoke a cigarette.
I promise the next one will be amazing.
They're going to be great.
Yeah.
Which actually in big cities, they're the opposite, where they put all their heat up front.
Right.
Really?
And then the back is they throw up the dog shit.
When we did Dallas Fort Worth at Hyenas, the block system, which was crazy to me. Do you want to explain the blocks?
I mean, they would just have like 2-hour blocks where like 30 comics or 20 comics would go up in each block. And that first block at the start of the show,
killers.
That's where they put all their best comics. And if you were from out of town and nobody knew who you were, they're going to throw you in like 3 or 4, and the only person in the room is the unfortunate motherfucker going behind you.
Yep. Right.
And that's the way and I know a lot of shows, they'll have like a booked portion, and then at the end they'll throw open micers up there. Yeah. And so I do think it's strange, at least in Little Rock, that we do it shitty first and then good at the end.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's
like
trying
rewarding them for staying.
Yeah. And I think it's trying to keep people to stay because we don't have that big population that's just got people coming in and out. So the people that are there, it's like, well, no, we need to make sure that they leave here with a good impression on what happened.
Exactly. We're very, very, very fortunate to have.
And also at the joint, it's not always like shit up top.
No.
Sometimes, especially in open mic, you go up and you're trying new ideas, and if the first 6 people are all trying something that they've never worked on before, and every one of them's a miss, that can happen.
That's really a comic's bane, like at an open mic, because like I know I'm funny, but this might be the first time you're ever seeing me, and I'm here to work new stuff. So if it doesn't work, you just don't think I'm funny, and that sucks.
Yeah.
That really fucking sucks.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It is.
You got to just deal with it.
It
and
is.
Be like, I don't care what you think now, because when you see it on whatever later, you'll know it's funny then.
I will say, like, if 3 comics before me all fucking bomb, I've got to go back. I'm not trying new shit. I've got to give them something. Like, I'm sorry, but I've got to.
I totally get that.
Got to provide for you.
Most of the time, I will kowtow and just do like tried and true stuff.
Right.
But I've been trying to get better about, like, even if like they have not been liking the show and I came there to do new stuff and like maybe I could just go like get in my bag. I've been working on like just doing the new shit anyway because.
But you're more structured when you come with a new joke. You have your jokes are a lot more packaged when you bring them to the stage. I'm coming with like. I've still got the fucking instruction book out when I'm doing my jokes when I'm trying new shit. I'm like, I don't even know if I need these parts. You know what I mean? Like, I think they sent extra screws to fuck with me, and so here we are. We're all going to find out this together. So it's like
that's a good analogy. The extra screws, like that's great.
I like that.
Why are they here? I don't know if I need them.
The thing is you're the one to put them there too, and you don't even know until you try it a few times. Like, oh, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that.
This is all extra.
Yeah.
Well, that's the like it's a double-edged sword no matter how you write, because if you're more of a premise comic and you just go up there with an idea and try to like work it out there, then you're like, well, fucking I don't know where this bit wants to go, but you're more likely to come up with something organically in the moment that is going to feel real every time you do it, as opposed to I do show up knowing every word I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it, but if anything happens in the room that was not on the paper, which usually it's not, then I'm fucked because that'll throw off my whole rhythm.
And I had that same problem, which is why I started. I still will, like, if I have an idea, I'll write it out and get it trimmed up word for word as best as I can, but if I have an idea that I was like, I know something's here, but I don't quite know what it is, I'll go up there and just start talking about it and try to wing it. And that has helped me in those situations because, things are going to go off the rails because I don't know where the rails are. Yeah. So I'm out here in a train crashing through the woods trying to find the fucking rails. And so, like, here we go. Like, watch this train wreck.
That's a great way to put it.
I like that a lot.
Do you ever do just like crowd work? You ever tried that?
No.
Just go up
I
there
think it's
without
killing our
anything.
industry.
I do agree. I do agree, but unfortunately, it's a muscle we have to have as comics that we have to have like worked out. You know what I mean? Like, I guess not. You know, like if your material is
No, I
strong
think
enough
it's a tool and tool bag you need.
there's always like if you're
It is, and I agree.
But you're the kind of comic that if you know once you hit that feature spot, you're gonna have that 30-minute set that and like you're gonna get from point A to point B every time on that 30-minute set, and like if something pops up, you're just gonna ignore it. You're gonna ignore it,
If it's not worth addressing,
right?
yeah.
I feel like if it's not, I guess. I don't feel like it's a muscle you're
And like I used to go from 0 to 100. I think now.
What do you mean, like when there's a
yeah, when
pop-up?
there's like a heckler or just someone like talking, like
Right.
just someone who doesn't have like good showroom etiquette. I used to go 0 to 100. I feel like now I go 0 to 60.
That's good.
Way I've been handling it.
I don't hit. I don't go nearly as hard. Like I still try to like
Shut the fuck up!
keep a nice like feeling in the room and keep it playful.
Yeah.
I try. Sometimes
So what I've been doing to help me with that is at open mics and gigs that I'm not getting paid for, where I'm just trying to work something out. If something distracts me in the room, I'm addressing it.
Yeah.
Where like if it's somebody talking or something happens or whatever, I'm going there just so everybody knows we're all living an experience together.
Right.
But like the most recent time that I was featuring at the Looney Bin, there was a show one night where the table up top, right up here in the front right, they were having conversations the whole night. And I saw during the host set that they were going to do that the whole night. And it was a little disruptive, but it's like borderline to where like the people around them, like they might be annoyed. Well, I mean, they are annoyed, but they're not really showing it. And it's not a huge distraction to where it's like.
that's the worst because like how do you make the call?
Right. And so what I started doing was just doing my jokes. I started making eye contact with them and doing my jokes at them. Where it's like, hey, I'm talking to you.
Right.
That got them for a little bit, and they would kind of dip back into it enough. But in that situation, the club's paying me to entertain these people. And if I go off on them about, hey, this is terrible etiquette, and they get up and leave, the club's going to be like, why are you walking people? Like,
Right.
we need these people here paying money. So in that situation, I'm a little bit more reserved. And it's just if it distracts somebody else and I can visibly see that it's distracting somebody else, now that's when we're addressing it. Right. Because now you're taking entertainment value away from everybody in the show.
And usually
Yeah.
at that point, the club will say something.
Not at the Looney Bin.
Hopefully.
Wayne will if he sees it and if he's there. But if he ain't and he ain't on top of it, then
It's just
it's
over. It used to
the
be-
wild, wild west.
Man, it used to be wild. Like if you talk too much at all, there would be someone there like put their hand on your shoulder and just be like, keep it down. And then, they give you 2 chances and then
Yeah, I used to work there.
you'd be
I was a door guy. Table chatter did not fly with me.
oh my God, I bet.
Yeah.
You're a great door guy in that regard. Not if a fight breaks out between 2 women, because then you're a terrible door guy. We all know that story. Yeah, if you're a comic roasting Lucas, tell that story, Lucas. This is a good one.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm just TLDR.
What does that mean?
I was too long didn't read. God, you're old. I was a door guy at the Looney Bin. There was like a packed show, just sold out. It was a Trey Diesel show. It was like, and the last 10 minutes, Trey was up there, and it was getting kind of like rowdy, but like it wasn't like, no one was throwing fists at each other yet. And then there was there were 2 people in the back started fighting, which I was, I'd never seen a fight before. It was the first time I'd ever seen a physical altercation.
And you're a bouncer at a club.
Yeah. Because if you are over 6'5", all you need to do is stand by a door and you're a bouncer.
That's fair.
So I see a commotion. I can't see who's fighting. Like I just see like a swarm of humanity around them, like at middle school, like fight. So like my first thought is the manager needs to know what's happening. Which is, I think it was like 20 at the time. So really it was, I need an adult. That's really what was going through my head. So like I sprint. The last time I saw Wayne, he was outside smoking because like the show was wrapping up. Like everything was good. Like, so I sprinted outside, to go get Wayne. and he was not there. Wayne was inside breaking up the fight with the other door
Wondering
guy.
where his 6'5" door guy is.
wondering where.
And you're like ran outside of the building.
That's brilliant.
And when I got back inside, I saw George, another door guy, and Wayne breaking up two very large women who was a lesbian couple. But like, this was not like, I can't get off me. No, these were big girls. Like, they were like grabbing weaves and like, bam! Like, they were fighting.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a slap fight that I ran away from. These were like, it was a dyke fight.
It was scary.
Yeah, but I just
This is Dyke's Hard Lemonade.
That's funny. I just think it's hilarious that, like, you know, you're the manager of a club and you're like, I got a 6'5" guy here.
10.
You're 6'10", yeah, but over 6'5". That's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah, you're good.
You're 6'10".
My mom's 6'5".
And fucking, he's like, I'm paying this guy for situations exactly like this. I need a big human here to separate these big humans. And it happens. He runs in there and you run out of the building. Like, that's just so fucking funny to me.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I wonder if he ran past you on your way out and he was on his way in.
Oh no, he was in the kitchen.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
he probably saw your big ass running.
Oh yeah,
outside
when
as
he
was running out. There.
when he heard the commotion, came out. First two things he saw was people fighting and his door guy running.
That's
How do you not have that job anymore?
I worked there for a while.
I know.
After that.
I know you didn't.
Yeah, I know
of that.
And to any like young comics who might be watching this, if you can get a job as a door guy or like doing something at a comedy club, that year where I just got to stand on the wall and watch shows and occasionally tell people to keep it down was invaluable to me as a comedian.
Yeah. I worked at a club.
Yeah.
That, you know, it's got in a lot of scenes, it's got a bad reputation. So I'm not going to name it, but I worked in the daytime in the office of a club, and there was some shady stuff they were doing.
Called the Comedy Store.
No, it wasn't the store.
I know.
But they were doing some shady stuff that I didn't agree with. But like, I got to see Taylor Tomlinson drop in all the time. I got to see Whitney Cummings drop in all the time. Bill Burr dropped in. Like, I got to see nationally touring acts not only drop in and do stand-up, but work on their shit, because they were working on stuff they were filming. So, like, they would come in and do a bit. Like, Taylor Tomlinson came in and would do a bit one way and then would drop in and do, like, set it up and then do it a completely different way. And I got to see her break it down, and it kind of opened my eyes, like, oh shit, I can do this with my, like, just because I have the joke clicking this way, I could get it clicking 5 different ways and try to find a way to combine them all. And so, like, it opened up a lot.
Yep.
And just getting to see them and see how they treat the staff and see, because they're like big, like Bill Burr, that's a huge name. And seeing how, like, he was around people, like, it's like, oh, this is just a normal guy, normal person, and like, you can, like, be a nice guy and don't have to be a dick and don't act like a diva and to do this. And the people that get successful aren't acting like that.
right.
Like, when you start acting like a diva, especially when you're nobody, like, that's when people don't want to fuck with you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Very rarely do you hear about, like, true assholes in comedy. I'll put that caveat. True assholes making it. Because, I mean,
It does happen.
well, yeah.
Usually they'll make it and then they're
there's exceptions
discovered
to
to be
every-
an asshole.
There's
It's like,
exceptions to every rule.
Yeah.
But like, because it's just like a cornerstone of our culture and our industry, being a good hang. No one wants to work with an asshole. Don't be an asshole.
it's an important lesson to learn.
That's it.
It's very important.
Yeah.
That's what's holding me back. I'm an asshole. Like,
Jim Jeffries has a great joke. Like, I think the Bible could just be one page, and all it says is try not to be a cunt. Yeah,
It would save a lot of problems.
that would save. Yeah, that's all of humanity. Try not to be a cunt.
I might be Republican if that was just what the Bible was.
Yeah, I would swear on that one page in the courtroom.
I agree with that. Donald Trump would be able to quote the Bible finally.
I just know that if you met Jesus,
Bible thumpers would become like Bible waivers.
if we die and Jesus is real and we're like at a bar hanging out, like drinking wine or whatever, I know Lucas would go over like, dude, I totally read your book. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Well, I actually didn't write it. I didn't write it. A bunch of other motherfuckers did. That's crazy.
I actually had nothing to do with it.
Like speaking of clubs, like to hang out, up in Fayetteville. Did y'all see that Mark Normand was up at 509?
Dude,
he
yes.
showed up.
No,
to
I didn't know
509.
that.
He did his show at like the River Valley Arts Center, and then
Him and Suresh.
they went over to.
I'm not sure if
509.
Raj was on the show, but like, Raj is up there and they're friends. So yeah, they just went over to fucking
509.
Kava Bar,
I guess they were doing an open mic that
just
night.
hanging out.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he shows up. So there's a bunch of
I'm
pictures.
so jealous.
Yeah, dude.
So one of my clients, the comic I work with, he sent me a picture
Of Mark Norman.
of
just on
him and
stage.
Mark Norman together. It's like, dude, I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. You did it. But that's so cool that he's like the kind of guy that will just like pop
Oh,
in.
yeah, dude.
Right.
I didn't really believe people when they said that. Like, oh, he'll just go out and
From what I've heard, Mark Norman will do like any podcast, any mic. That dude is a comic through and through.
right.
Which
Money has not
I
changed
love
him.
that.
Yeah, I respect that.
I love it.
so much.
Like, I'm not his comedy. For me, it's like not the. It doesn't resonate with me. But he is hilarious. But like, dude, you win so many fucking cool points when you do stuff like that. For me,
Oh, yeah.
I'll be a fan of yours. I don't care what your comedy sounds like. I will play your shit in my car.
For real.
Yeah.
Lucas, so you've had this really good year coming into this. What are your goals look like for 25?
I want to get out of the state.
Move out.
Maybe not move, but definitely get on the road.
Okay. Gotcha. So you're trying to get more road work.
Literally everyone in my life, including you and Wayne, Brett, anyone that's close to comedy that I respect even at one iota has told me, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
The best shows I have are out of state, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, doing stand-up here is like swimming with weights.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
very true.
I am, and I've made so many connections at the comedy festival that I can go to pretty much any comedy scene in the country now,
and have somebody there you
and
know.
have somebody there, like, and that might put me up, or
can at least point you in the right direction. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's huge. Because
Exactly.
a lot of times, you've done it with me, like where we'll just go to another city and try to find mics and try to find shows and try to just
and that's
show up.
so shitty because you
And-
feel like nobody knows you, and it doesn't feel like they should.
Right.
Because it was like, are there any open mics in this scene? Like, no, I want to show up, like, do a spot on a well-established show with a comic vouching for me that I respect.
Yeah.
Um,
Proud of you, dude.
thank you, man.
Real proud of you.
I'm proud of both of you. Glad to call you friends and colleagues.
I love this scene. I love the comics that I've met over the last year and a half now that I've been back at it. I'm so impressed every single time I go to a show. I mean, of course, there's people that slack and suck and all that, but like, for the most part, the accountability that everyone has with each other is fantastic. It's amazing. If you're listening to this and you do stand-up comedy from any other city, come to Little Rock, come hang out with us. You will see, like, you'll be opened up. I see people at the joint on the patio. No one's talking to them for a second, but it doesn't last long. It's just like a matter of time before someone's like, "Hey, who are you? What's your name?"
Yeah.
Well, hey, come hang out with us. It's nice to meet you. Where are you from? How long you been doing it? And there's just such a great camaraderie.
There's not really a sense of, like, cutthroatery in the scene.
No. And if there is, I don't see
you
it.
hear about in other, like, bigger scenes.
Right.
Like, they'll, like, be clicky, and, like, some people think, like, we have cliques, but really our only clique is funny, not funny.
Right.
That is the only click.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's it, man.
and even like when people have beef, people like get mad at each other. Like, because through the years, we've had comics that have personal beef, professional beef, and stuff, that usually it gets squashed and it doesn't become big drama. And even if there's people that you don't like, eventually you got to work with them again, because we got fucking 20 of us.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
there ain't many of us here. So, like,
Most of the people you don't like that like consistently have beefs with multiple people, they leave quick. I mean, I could tell you on my fingers and toes, I could name comics that don't do stand up anymore. All from Little Rock. You know what I mean? Like, I have so many Facebook memories pop up, and it's like from 12 years ago, and it's like I'm the only motherfucker on that poster that still does stand up.
yeah.
90%.
I saw one the other day, and the only people on it that are still doing stand up was me, Alexi, and Jared.
Yeah.
That I still see around.
Wow. Jared's.
He ain't ever going anywhere.
He's gonna be.
We got to get him on here, dude. He'll be a trip.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
But couldn't be this month because you roasted the shit out of
You
him.
got him down.
Yeah, I got it, man.
I know I fucked up the count on that roast.
I'm glad you admit that.
Yeah. No, it was.
You were arguing with me on stage about it. and I was
No,
like,
it was 5 jokes though.
You're supposed to
Jared
end.
couldn't count.
Jared told a 6th joke.
Oh,
Jared
yeah.
told a 6th joke.
That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
That's why we need the joke. That's why it's very important
Yeah.
this month we have the joke counter up
Right.
there, because Jared did 6, and then Lucas was like, "I'm done. Like, I've already done 5."
Right. Okay. Yeah. I was
yeah,
like, you're
because I was
supposed to
saving
end
the
it.
last
Right.
one because like there's like a tiebreaker round.
Correct. And so you were saving your last joke.
Yeah.
Jared did 6. That's what happened.
That son
The
of a
last joke was me just going to be doing an impression of him because like the audience doesn't know that I can do that. Like, I was just going to be like, oh, Jared actually did way better than I thought he was going to. I honestly thought you were just going to get up here like, I don't know, he's gay, man. Why is he up here being gay?
No, dude. When Jared writes,
Oh, Jared
it's-
had my favorite joke of our round for sure. When he said, Lucas does comedy writing sessions for $25. I've never done one with him. And for $26, you can get an hour writing session and he'll suck your dick.
that was a great
That
joke.
knocked me out.
That was really good. I really enjoyed that one. Jared did great.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Much
did.
better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. If you can get him writing, like, because sometimes he does go up and he doesn't quite know what he's going to say, and he
Yeah.
doesn't really go anywhere with it.
Dude.
But when he gets those ideas, like, it's a thought that only Jared can have.
Yeah.
The
And
experience.
they're so fucking funny, dude. They're so funny.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, and on the record, Jared now has done a session with me. So checkmate, bitch.
Fucking hilarious. Got him. Thought you were out.
Well, Lucas, do you have any shows that you want to hype up before we get out of here?
I, of course, have the partially cooked roast battle coming up, but I'm also doing the New Year's Eve show at the Looney Bin. First time ever doing a New Year's Eve show. I'm pretty pumped about that.
Nice.
Is it just one show that night? or-
Two,
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
early and late, and I'm featuring on that show. We're doing a co-feature with me and Trey Diesel because and Brittany Damn-Right is hosting because it's the 3 people who won Funniest Person in
Saw
Arkansas.
that. It's very sweet.
Yeah, and then Rich Reagans is headlining.
Heck yeah, man. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you, bro.
dope.
I appreciate
Be a
that.
party.
Dude, New Year's Eve shows are they're like
excited.
they're classic. Like it's like
I'm so excited.
they're
It's
so
the high
fun.
point.
Yeah.
Because Antonio Aguilera posted something on Facebook a couple years ago, and it stuck with me ever since. It's like, it's really funny people call themselves comics that aren't on New Year's Eve shows. I was like, God damn it.
That's so good. They used to do Last Night Fayetteville every year. I was on that for so long. It was the funnest shit. You just go to a bunch of different spots up in downtown Fayetteville and do a bunch of different shows.
That's so cool.
It was awesome. I don't think they do it anymore. If they do, they don't want me back. So, so there's the New Year's show and our show on November 25th.
Ticket link to that will be in the description. And like I said, guys, please come out to it. Please tell your friends about it, especially if you're here in the Little Rock area, because we're doing a toy drive and we get to make a difference in some kids' lives, get to bring some laughter to the community. It's going to be a really good show.
Yeah. You can find cheap toys at Ross, like badass toys for 49 cents. Kara brought home. She's like, "You doing a toy drive?" She brought a whole bag of toys. back.
Nice.
She's like, "This one was 50 cents. This is 50 cents."
You can find expensive toys at Cupid's.
Expensive toys, glass and rubber.
Yeah, if you bring any sex toys, they're going to go to the comics. We're not taking those to the hospital.
They're going in Lucas's ass.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Fucking save yourself.
We
some
almost didn't
cucumbers.
talk about me fucking anything this episode. That was close.
Photo finish.
Under the wire.
You thought, no, we're not going to have you here and not talk about something going in your ass. I think that's in your writer.
Yeah, it is.
But thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Like, you know the shit. It's YouTube. Like, that actually helps us. And if you care about this,
Smash that like button.
half as much as we do, please. That's the least you could do.
And ring the bell. That's notifications.
Yeah.
Oh.
What he said.
Click that bell.
We'll be back soon. You'll see we're going to have all these episodes up. They're all coming out this week as we get ready for the show on Monday, November 25th. This roast battle. God, I hope you beat JJ. Please, for the love of God, beat JJ.
Yeah.
JJ's going down.
Yeah. You're going against Kyle Gilbert first. And then the winner.
Kyle's funny.
Kyle is funny.
I've never seen him roast before. I'm curious.
I bet it's good.
I bet it's good.
I haven't seen him roast either, but I bet it's fucking good.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to him tomorrow. So,
Hell yeah.
Or no, we're going to talk to JJ tomorrow. No, JJ's tonight. Who's tomorrow? We'll get it figured out.
You can watch these in any order you want.
Yeah, for real.
Doesn't matter when we record them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Love you, gentlemen.
Love you
Good
guys.
to be here. Love you
Peace.
too, buddy.
Peace out.